Hello there everyone and welcome to bitparade.co.uk's look at Senran Kagura 2 Deep Crimson. I almost said Burst then, it's not Burst. This is it's a 3DS game, as you can probably tell. That is a kind of brawler where the entire cast is, well, not quite the entire cast, but the majority of the cast is female shinobi. And it's a series that is known for it's caused some controversy, largely from its PR and marketing last time, which certainly in the UK, it got a bit sort of sleazy and stuff. So it's very focused on breasts, tits and ass, as I believe the Americans say, or life and hometown, as the developer referred to it, which is quite funny. You're missing a bit off the bottom screen. I apologise for that, but such is the joys of trying to capture 3DS. All it says is character select, so we're not actually going to do it. So you can see I've got some cat ears equipped. That's because I did a video before that. So you got different outfits, as you can tell. So we got all this sort of stuff, mostly the same. So we'll change the cat ears to maybe a lovely sun hat to both outfits. There we go. That's nice, isn't it? There's something called I think it's called like hanging lingerie or something. I don't know what that was, but let's do heart strand or whatever it says. I don't know what that is, but I can't see anything. That's fine. So the reason I came in here is that this is why maybe you might not want to, like, I'm not going to talk anyone out of it, because I had fun with this game, and I want to stress that I enjoyed the game. The review is up and I gave it a 7. Now we're the kind of site that gives 7s for games that we like, one of those kind of sites. It's a very mashy game. It could do with a bit more depth, is my main issue. But, so you can see her breasts are preposterous, as they are. So it sort of starts out, so we go this way, you've got sort of various, poses and stuff. That's slightly questionable, I guess. And then you get to this one, and that's the sort of thing that, it's there if you want it. Most people will not, I don't think, go in here. I didn't, until I had to sort of test the stuff, So, I mainly stayed with the story. The story, it's not like it doesn't have anything questionable in it, but it's not so bad. Now we're going to play as these two characters that I've got here, because I need to level them up, because I'm getting hammered by the last boss whenever I attempt it. So we're gonna try and do a decent job with these. So we're gonna let's go with this. I don't quite know what's going to happen, but I've got it so that we're now going to play as a co-op. I think originally it was just a one-on-one fight. This we're going to play as two, so I can switch between the two characters and things. You get to see a bit more. So apologise if this is a bit blown out. I can't really do anything about the colours on the 3DS, but I'm going to skip the story a bit. There is a lot of story. A lot of it is very filler anime type stuff, like let's go on a school trip, let's go to the bathhouse, that kind of stuff. Then it gets sort of apocalyptical. Evil spirits are taking over Japan, and the girls have to unite and stop them, even though some of them are good ninja, some of them are bad ninja. They're actually all good ninja, it's just, So I'm glad we're fighting her, because she's a different type of character in terms of her moveset, whereas the two that I am playing as are fairly similar. So the way the combat kind of works is you jump down and then you land some attacks. Eventually she'll get stunned, and that's when you can land some proper attacks, because before then she will, like, standing toe to toe means that she'll take, she'll, oh, I think that was the opportunity to start attacking. Right, so we now have, if you look at the left hand side, 2 scrolls. Now I've got 1 scroll, so that's how I change clothes. again, like, I don't mean to be too condemning of it because I don't know. I'm not even. I'm almost not even seeing it anymore. But yeah. So now I am. Now I've transformed. I can do a bit more damage. Um, stand toe to toe a bit more and things. Um, we can also start doing special moves. So I will. I'll do one of those now. Okay, so as you take damage, you get your clothes torn off, and I've just done it to her. Oh yeah, I'm stunned at the minute. That's one of her moves. Is yeah. So I don't particularly like playing as it that much, but that's, so if you do transform, you get your health back as well. So it's worth kind of saving it for a little bit. Um, so this is actually my favorite character in terms of to use. She's very powerful and yeah, decent move set and stuff. So again, you kind of just, you know, you launch people up in the air and do combos like that. I'm not playing particularly well because obviously I'm recording. Um, oh no. So she's got this move. Yeah, so this is kind of her energy is at the top right. It's you know, it's a case of it started off all blue and then you work down the blue bar and you get the you know, the green bar and then the I don't know, the red bar and then the orange bar and so on and so on. Um, so you also saw I leveled up there. You'll see it at the end where I'll I'll gain a level or two, I think, and yeah, which is good because I need these two characters to level up. And it does make a difference in terms of defense and attack, and you'll find, particularly if you go backwards, fights that were difficult, you now just breeze through, and it doesn't seem to take a huge amount of leveling to change things. Um, let's skip this stuff. You don't need to see it. So yeah, the story I find gets in the way a little bit. Some people get more out of it than I will, I guess. Um, so we didn't do very well there at all. But you can see level up a little. So I'll pick a couple of different characters and we'll do a different fight. Maybe do a one-on-one. So you can see that. Come on. So character select solo. We'll go her. I quite like. Uh, I don't know how to pronounce that. I apologise. Yagyu. It's probably not how you pronounce that. But she has a slight amount of range to her. So we'll go into the bathhouse one because it's not. It's generally not particularly story heavy. I mean, maybe I won't show it all, but there are boss fights in the game as well. The boss fights generally tend to handle a little differently. So there's two types. There'll be ones that's just a more powerful enemy, and then there's ones that are very large, like screen filling, like you can't fit them all on the screen kind of thing. Which incidentally, there are times where you will knock a character out of the way, and in an arena like this, and it'd be quite useful to be able to, if the camera just pulled out a little bit so that you could see them, because you'll lose them a little. So she's the girl I'm fighting. I think she's recovering quite a lot. But you see now, I managed to land some hits. Yeah, and then I completely lost her. So the 3D, I think 3D is pretty good. It is very much focused on the breasts, but in areas like this, it works well. I've obviously not got it on at the minute because I'm recording this. The Okay, here we go. I can start landing some attacks. Oh, she launched a special. Right, so I'm going to transform. Um, so sorry, I'm completely lost trying to think of. Yeah, so you see the combos on the bottom of the screen. Uh, I've generally found that they aren't all like sometimes it's nice that they're there, but it's quite often not worth your time to change up beyond just mashing and launching as many attacks as you can, because you can launch them into the air or whatever, but or whatever the combo is, but it's you sort of feel like you get locked into a chain sometimes, and the combo isn't available to you, or you'll get stuck doing something, or you'll hit past someone, or there's reasons why it maybe gets in the way. And like I say, the combat is, it's not fair to say it's the worst element of the game or anything, but it's the bit where I wish, that's the thing I hope that in the next game they can build it up a bit, because it's not far away from being a legitimately good game, I think. Which I think is the thing. It'd be easy to dismiss it if it wasn't a good game, but I think it is. I think it's fine as a game, as a sort of action game. I think it's good fun. 60 wood. Maybe you can't make it out, but we've got her health down. Oh, most of the green is gone. She's stripped me completely now, though. I forget what there was. Something else I was going to mention actually is an issue with the game that I had. There is online. I didn't manage to find a game, but the game at that point, to be fair, hadn't come out, and judging by there doesn't appear to have been a lot of reviews. So perhaps it just isn't. Not many reviewers playing it. But it's there. It's out on the eShop in the UK at the minute. The game, so obviously America is waiting a little longer. So I will test it out at some point. Okay, so she's stunned again, so it's got time to launch my super. So that's one of the things. She seems to always have a super on the go. Oh yeah, if your comrade, who I don't have here, gets knocked down, if you have a scroll left up to a point at least, you can revive them by standing over them and pressing A. It does mean keeping a scroll in reserve just to cover that. So there we go. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say about it. The subject of the content of it, I guess, is a very big subject. I talk about it a little in the review, but it's just too big to go into on something like this. I've only got a few minutes until basically there's kind of a time limit on these videos. Not set by the publisher or anything, set by how much space I have on my phone. So yeah, it's if you know what it is going in, you'll get more out of it, I think. Oh, like if you're fine with it, then you'll enjoy it. I don't think it's going to win you over by, if you don't, you probably know already if it's something you want to spend time with. I think it is a decent game. It's not Ninja Gaiden or anything like that. It's not that deep, but it's not terrible. Like I say, the leveling up system makes a difference. I have played a lot of it this past week and still quite enjoy it. So I think that says something. So yeah, I think it is worth a look. I think it's better than most people would give it. Would like to believe that it is. I also do think there's going to be people that will rate it as the greatest game on the 3DS, and it isn't. But it's fine. It's a good game. So yeah, Sorry if that was a bit rambling. I feel like there was a point I was going to make that completely escaped me. But thanks for watching. Come and visit us at bitparade.co.uk. The video, the link to the review is below. I might have put it in the video somewhere as well. So give that a click. It goes into a bit more detail in terms of the the frame rate and stuff like that. The frame rate handles pretty well. It works better without the 3D on in terms of it feels a bit smoother and it looks sharper, but it's fine with the 3D on. The frame rate isn't bad by any means, and I like the 3D. I think it makes good use of it. Without that being implied of the breasts and the arse and stuff, the hometown and life, like they're very much the focus. And so when you say like, oh yeah, it's really good use of the 3D, it makes it sound like you're saying something you're maybe not. But it does work. That kind of arena combat works pretty well with the 3D. The characters are all fairly different. Not all fairly different. They all have their counterparts, but there's a few different types in there. You don't really get to stick with anyone. You have to play as everyone for a point. Some are better than others, and the other side of that is they can play as differently as you like. But I still ended up using the same tactics of jumping up into the air and then slamming down, and then doing that until they were stunned, and then launching some attacks, then transforming, and then starting to use specials and things. The game kind of doesn't change in that regard, but it's okay. It's a decent game. Like I say, come visit us on the site, have a look through the channel for other videos. There's going to be some other stuff going up in the next week or so. And yeah, thanks for watching.